Kodak Black is back behind bars once again, and this time it happened in South Florida, in Broward County. The Pompano Beach native, whose real name is Bill Capri, is charged with resisting and attempting to flee law enforcement. NBC6's Shanae Mara outside of Broward Jail, where Kodak Black is expected to walk out at any moment. Shanae, what else do we know?
Yeah, it was just last week that we saw Kodak facing a judge up in Orlando. He is back home here in South Florida. Unfortunately, he did land himself back in some legal trouble. Again, we're waiting for him to walk out of these doors. Remember Kodak Black, known for hits like Super Gremlin, spotted Friday morning, not on stage, but in front of a Broward County judge.
Mr. Capri, good morning, sir. You do have a warrant.
The South Florida native granted bond after being arrested on charges for resisting and attempting to elude law enforcement.
Good afternoon, sir. If you can just tell me your name and your date of birth.
But this new arrest comes just days after the rapper faced a judge in Orlando.
Ain't no punk
in that case, making major headlines, investigators accused him of felony drug trafficking after a traffic stop. And after bonding out in Orange County, he's back in legal trouble again.
I'm going to set the bonds as follows. It'll be $2,500 on one, $1,000 on two. No firearms, weapons, or ammunition. I do take into account the fact that he self-surrendered.
Again, and back out here live, he was granted bond, as we said. It was just $3,500. He has not yet walked out of jail here, but there are people here waiting for him. So again, of course, we'll stay tuned. And as soon as he walks out, we'll make sure that we update you on air and across our digital platforms. For now, reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, Shanae Mara, NBC6 News.
Rapper Kodak Black. This man could not catch a break. He just got bagged 8 days ago. I did a video on it. Y'all go check it out. He just got bagged 8 days ago. Then he got bagged again. Obviously, this man is doing the same thing. Obviously, this man is hanging around the wrong people. Obviously, he's not thinking about what he's doing before he's doing it. Kodak Black, you make all that money with music. What are you doing still in the streets? I don't get it. What are you doing still in the streets? You can have everybody else in the streets doing your work for you with all that money you got, not supporting illegal activities. But I'm just saying, it's like, what happened to thinking? I think Kodak Black needs to be cleansed a bit. I think he need to go on a sober trip. I think he needs to rearrange and reorganize his group and the circle and the hierarchy. Because you can't be the bag in the situation and keep on getting bagged. You cannot be the guy that's getting the money in the situation, that's making sure everybody else has some form of, they got breadcrumbs or some type of motion, and then you keep getting caught. It ain't gonna make sense. It ain't that many pardons in the world. And I know this one was just a petty $3,500. But that's money wasted. Literally money wasted. But leave your thoughts down below. Let's see what's going on with Kodak Black. This man cannot catch a break for nothing. This man cannot catch a break for nothing.
Bro, again? Kodak Black got arrested today again, Chad. And I had to almost check it myself. Bill Capri, that's his legal name now. He's in jail. Kodak is back in jail. He just got out. He just got out for some drug possession stuff, right?
They granted him his bond, so he's gonna be out again. But it's like, how many grants can this man get? He might as well open up a grant company. Bail, it's like, how many bills do you plan on giving the court system? You already gave him M&Ms for a pardon. You gave him some millions to be pardoned. Then you just got off with another bond. I think it was 800,000, not 800,000. 80,000 or something for allegedly drug trafficking. You got your ID and everything else, all your paraphernalia and everything that identifies you in the bag with a lot of legal narcotics. Now you got bagged for fleeing, jumping out one car and hopping in another car and then pulling over. You need
But he's
Jack.
now arrested, and according to the details, he got arrested today, and they're saying he tried to flee or elude law enforcement, so he ran, and he was trying to resist arrest. We don't know. Maybe they were trying to pull him over for something, and he sped off. So we don't know what the details are beyond that, but in Pompano Beach, he's been arrested. Usually when you get caught and the charge is fleeing law enforcement, that becomes problematic because a judge usually looks at you and say, you are not the type of person who could be considered not as a flight risk. And we all know these are things that people think about when they're going to let somebody out back in the community. Are they a threat to the environment, the community? Are they a danger to society? And also, are they a flight risk? Could we reasonably assume or rely on them to make it back to court to stand accountable for the charge they've gotten? And when your charge is now fleeing or trying to elude law enforcement, that becomes very difficult, man. Bro, you've been pardoned by the president of the United States. You have went to jail so many times. You've been in prison for years. Brother, I remember after you got out of that long bid, like you did this thing where like you were shooting a music video by jail and you didn't want to go. You didn't want to, even acting, you didn't want to be behind the bars because you said you're so traumatized. You've been institutionalized. And it feels like you're still doing things and putting yourself in positions that are making you get arrested. And, you know, I'm completely down to be wrong where maybe this is just wrong place, wrong time. I'm completely wrong. I'm completely, you know, down to be, you know, incorrect with what I'm saying because maybe law enforcement is targeting you and I don't know. But, bro, at some point, what is going on, my guy? Bro, again?
You can't catch a break.
Mr. Black, you want to say something? Hey, come on, man. Please. Hey, don't knock me down, guys. I'm just trying to shoot. Okay, walk. Just clear the walkway, please. Clear the walkway. You can walk. You don't got to knock me down. Clear the walkway, please.
Well, get out the man's way. Obviously, you in the way, sir. You just trying to catch the footage, and you almost got caught lagging.
Any comments on the arrest?
No comments. The man is gone. Next.
Mr. Capri, good morning, sir. You do have a warrant, fleeing, attempting to elude law enforcement, and resisting an officer obstruction without violence.
The defendant was pulled over, initially failed to stop, and ended up getting into another vehicle and taking off during the pendency of that stop. I would note that all of the other individuals that were present were armed.
Mr. Capri, good morning, sir. You do have a warrant, fleeing, attempting to elude.
This man waving at the
I'm about to play the video, but the racist streamer Chud the Builder has been hit with a $1.25 million bail. And look like bro's about to cry.
$1.25 million. Based on the fact that many people in the courtyard were here at the courthouse and the seriousness of all these felonies.
That man is cooked for.
It's funny when trolling goes the wrong way, and he tried to troll the black people, and this is that the third. He'll try to troll people that he basically tried to do the bullying situation, bullying tactics, and it backfired on him. To me, you give what you get, man. You give what you get. I don't feel no pity for him.
Multiple reasons, even lawyers agree. Because pause to read, in Tennessee, you cannot purposely provoke people so that you can use self-defense when they react. Not only was there witnesses to show that he started it, but there's multiple evidence and videos online showing that he admits, yes, I antagonized black people and try to get them to fight me so I can use my firearm. Which, again, he's been exposed for not only being pegged by black women, but also dating black trans women. So not only that, he was out on bond, and his bond said that he wasn't supposed to have a firearm. Y'all talking about some, name calling and harassment don't mean putting your hands on somebody. Well, in Tennessee, if you do that and they punch you, you can't just pop them, especially when you're live streaming and admitting to fans every single day that you're going to go try to get somebody to fight you in order for you to use your firearm. That's premeditated.
The man known online as Chud the Builder is facing attempted murder charges.
Investigators say a fight outside the Montgomery County Courthouse this week led to gunfire. Let's go to News 2's Jaxie Pigeon. She's live in Clarksville. And Jaxie, you have new information following this shooting.
Mark and Nikel, this all unfolded outside the courthouse on Wednesday, and now investigators are working to determine what sparked it. So deputies and Clarksville police responded to Millennium Plaza around 1 o'clock yesterday after reports of shots fired. When they got there, they detained two men who they say had been fighting before things escalated. Both were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds and are expected to survive. Authorities identified one of the men as 28-year-old Dalton Etherly, who goes by Chud the Builder online. He's known locally for live streaming confrontations and making racist comments in public. He's now charged with criminal attempted murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. Etherly remains in the Montgomery County Jail this morning, awaiting arraignment where a judge will set bond. In a statement, Montgomery County Sheriff John Fuson says, quote, "It's unfortunate that incidents like this are happening in our community. This kind of violence won't be tolerated, and our office will work to make sure those responsible are held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. And because this investigation is still active, the entire courts complex here in Montgomery County will be closed for today."
So let me just say this because I want to put it out there. I did not read the case report. I did not read the affidavit, so I don't know what the facts and circumstances are. But in a southern state where they're charging you with these types of crimes, you probably did something crazy. That's all I'm saying. You probably did something crazy. And here's his bond hearing, and guess how much money he's going to have to pay or be responsible.
Of course he did something crazy. Of course he did.
Streamer Chud the Builder has been charged with attempted murder and could now face more than 25 years in prison. On Wednesday afternoon, 28-year-old Dalton Etherly was live streaming near the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee, when he got into a confrontation with another man. According to police, the man began pointing at Etherly and laughing at him during the stream. Police say the man then warned Etherly to stop making racist remarks. Moments later, the man punched Etherly. That's when Chud allegedly pulled out a handgun. He then shot the man in the stomach while the live stream was still running. During the incident, Chud repeatedly claimed he was acting in self-defense. Both men were taken to the hospital and are currently reported to be in stable condition. Etherly has since been charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and multiple firearm-related offenses. The court has denied bond. The case is drawing even more attention because just weeks earlier, Chud had already gone viral after being arrested for allegedly refusing to pay a restaurant bill while live streaming and provoking employees. Many people online now believe he had turned real-life confrontations into content for views and attention. The biggest debate online is whether this was truly self-defense or whether the situation escalated because of behavior intentionally meant to provoke conflict on camera.
Well, when you walk around and you go taunt people and you're trying to create this narrative, everyone ain't going and everyone isn't rocking. He just met his match on that day. That's all. Chud the Builder, whatever he was trying to do, he was trying to do the racial troll thing. It didn't work out in his best favor, and I don't think it's ever going to work out in his best favor. First of all, you in Tennessee or you down south, you got the right to bear arms. Someone try to punch you, you decide to pull out your gun and shoot them. Now, there's different laws to these things, right? But you got to think about it. He's known for antagonizing the situation. To me, and I don't wish jail upon no one, but throw away the keys with this guy. He's a danger to society because he just trying to stir everything up in my book. He's trying to stir everything up in my book, and it didn't work out. And I'm glad that it didn't work out in this way because think about it. Think about how much people he's taunting, calling them this, calling them that. He don't have the right to do none of those things. So eventually, it caught up to him, literally.
Streamer Chud the Builder has been charged with attempted murder and could now face more than 25 years in prison. On Wednesday afternoon, 28-year-old Dalton Etherly was live streaming near the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee, when he got into a confrontation with another man. According to police, the man began pointing at Etherly and laughing at him during the stream. Police say the man then warned Etherly to stop making racist remarks. Moments later, the man punched Etherly. That's when Chud allegedly pulled out a handgun. He then shot the man in the stomach while the live stream was still running. During the incident, Chud repeatedly claimed he was acting in self-defense. Both men were taken to the hospital and are currently reported to be in stable condition. Etherly has since been charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and multiple firearm-related offenses. The court has denied bond. The case is drawing even more attention because just weeks earlier, Chud had already gone viral after being arrested.
You think they wouldn't have taken me to jail if there's a shred of evidence of me harassing black people? You think this DA doesn't want to see me behind bars? I hope for the sake of these YouTubers that are defaming and slandering me, I hope they hit me with some charges soon. Because if not, wow, this doesn't look good in court, man. It doesn't look good.
You hear the chimps over there, and there's a jail right there. I can show you guys. The jail is literally right here. So while it is a great view, there's a lot of niggas screaming a lot of the time. They're right over there. If I yelled, they would like probably chimp the fuck out.
And it's funny how, and this is what people don't know, right? They try to associate black people with being chimps, but we're so far, all you got to do is just look at our DNA, right? We're so far from it. These Caucasian people are closer to the chimp line than ever before. All you got to do, don't believe me, look at their DNA structures. Look at what they're close to. They're closest to chimps and animals than ever before. We're so far away from these things, they can't even identify what we really are. But we can identify what you guys are. And this is not a racial thing. I'm just giving you guys the facts. So when they say the chimp thing, and if you know better and you know something, you're like, you guys didn't do your homework, did you? Or you just spreading propaganda, you're using one of your marketing tools in order to fool the masses once again. So as far as the Chud the Builder thing, he don't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to agitate and aggravate. He's just trying to agitate and aggravate, if you asked me. And aggressively, he got dealt with, which to me, you reap what you sow. We reap what you sow.
You know, my favorite line from the news is, you got freedom of speech. You just don't have the freedom of consequences from your speech. It's like telling an inmate, hey, you got the freedom to leave your jail cell. You just don't have the freedom of consequence. Hey, you got the freedom to speak, but we're going to threaten you with deadly violence if you do use that freedom. Hey, you got the freedom to leave your jail cell, but we're going to threaten you with deadly violence if you do use that freedom. It doesn't sound like the inmate's very free. Oh, well, we all know that because he's an inmate. Oh, but it doesn't sound like the white man's very free. You're going to threaten me with deadly violence? You're going to threaten to starve my family and my company? Am I really free to do that? And if I'm not free, then why are we not fighting for our freedoms back? Are we just okay with losing?
This man get as silly as it gets. Now, who's fighting for their freedom? You know they put chimps in cages. So now they just put you in a cage. And I want to see how you're going to react. Because a lot of people pulled up on you on this one. You was at the gas station. And you were so, to me, you was so scared in the situation, right? When people actually pulled up on you that, you know, the kind of it's kind of making you look wild and weird.
So Chud the Builder, 1.25 million bail. This is right up my alley on what I like to talk about. Political meets criminal. And just so you know, bail is not automatic. This is the court flexing their power, showing grace, showing their greed. For my case, my bail was 1.5 million. And judges have that power. And this is how legal courts flex on the court of public opinion. Look at Arena Zarut.
Chud the Builder, $1.25 million. Did you see that little chipmunk's face when he was in that courthouse looking all scared? No, don't be looking scared now. He was acting all tough and badass when he was running up on them black folks calling them chimps. Yeah, Jack, you're going to have to pay for that withdrawal that you made. But the sad part of it is the young man is being used and he don't even know it. Do you see how sad that little joker looking at courthouse? His little chubby cheek sitting out there looking like man, he ain't ready for that time. But sit tight, Chud, because you can sit down for a couple months, man, get you a bond hearing or something. It'll probably be a couple weeks. You probably got to pay an attorney. You probably within a week or two, you'll be out. You know what I mean? You pull that bond and everything will be all right, man. But let this be a lesson to all. When you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes every flipping time, man. And thinking that the internet is actually how the world really is crazy. You're in an echo chamber. Chud the Builder,